is a tool. It's a very powerful tool that governments in the world have on the rest of their people. It's like a spy, you know, as easy as free as our mobiles are. They are not totally free from the spyware of the governments all over the world. It just depends on what they are looking for. And that is why it is so strange when the Nigerian police or criminal police said their hands are tied. Same with the military. Our hands are tied because they don't give us the order to go after the terrorists. Terrorists today, social media, on TikTok, displaying their victims, displaying their ransom, displaying their weapons. I saw one abusing Tifnumbu yesterday. I just passed. Let's go back into that room of the rescue student again. I like what that guy said, by the way. We need to give them counseling. We need to give them therapies because of the trauma they've been through. Even though they look healthy, I don't even know if that's right. They look healthy physically, they look okay, but we believe that a lot has happened in the last 1 week that requires, more than just physically okay. Listen to this one.
Governor of Benue State, who would have loved to be here personally. He's so excited and happy as what has happened. His first thanks go to the president, who has a special place in his heart of Benue, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The NSA, who has spent countless hours on the phone with our governor to ensure that this happens. The IGP, who has spared no cost and no personnel to ensure that this happens. I also want to thank specially, usually the unsung heroes in this kind of transaction, the people who gave information on the ground, our community, who were part and parcel of this operation. My governor sent me here with a message, first to the police. He has said, Governor Ali is a spiritual person. It is no surprise that this miracle happened in Benue. As you know, he's the only sitting Reverend Father who is a governor also. Before his foray into politics, he was the Reverend Father. This miracle happened in Benue. He's here to say that this is a moment of pivotal change in the way things happen in Nigeria. This is a moment we'll look back and say, this is when it first happened. That these people are on the run. They're on their back. They have turned their back and they're running. IGP, this is the moment you've proven that they are on their run. Things have turned for the better. This is a message from a spiritual person to Nigeria and to the police. So he said he spends a special thanks to you, and he says that people love to say the things are not working, but this is the moment that we must celebrate. I hope we heard when the IGP said no ransom was paid. It is difficult to rescue this number of people in an open field, in a terrain known by the enemy but unknown by your men. So this is no mean feat. It is not something that just happens. It is something that we talked about in time to come. And this is a time that Nigeria will look back and say, this is when we turn the tide on insecurity and the many things that bedevil our nation. Hope has returned. Hope is here. And I want to thank the gallant men that went after these people and turned this and made this happen. To our students, you heard the NSA. He said, please go about your business. You're not alive today because of fear. You are going to go about with courage, despite what has happened to you. Go. Be successful. Prove that Nigeria has not spared its best to save you for nothing. Right? Be there for the country. To the parents who stood and prayed with us throughout, thank you. The whole country, we are all awake praying for you, hoping that the social media was agog with prayers and everything that you must come back. So please prove Nigeria right by being the best you can, the best doctors, the best whatever it is you study. And the rest of the police, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Benue State. And in Benue State, we've had our fair share of security challenges, especially in the past. Things have taken a turn for the better with the coming of this present government. If you notice, the whole scale, industrial scale killings that used to happen in Benue have reduced to a minimum. We're not there yet, but we're moving towards that place. And thanks to our gallant police force and the members of the
nuisance lele.
Typical Nigerian politician. I put him towards the last. First, he started by saying he's a governor who is a spiritual person. His spirits did not prevent the kidnapping. Okay? But when it was time for them and the camera to start rolling, see, Governor of Benue is a very spiritual person, and he has a message for Nigerians that this is it. This is the moment we turn the tide against insecurity in Nigeria. I heard the IG said we didn't pay any ransom for this kind of transaction. That is new. Typical, just typical. How about the victims themselves? They're also full of thanks, by the way. One of them.
Doesn't happen again, as we wish our students a speedy recovery from the physically and emotionally traumatizing situation of being in captivity for 8 days. We thank the government and security agencies for their efforts, especially the National Security Advisor, the IG of Police, and the DG of DSS. In the same vein, we appreciate the Benue State Governor and the security agencies in the state. We applaud the parents of the abductees for their patience and efforts during this period. As an association, we are concerned about the security of health personnel across the country. We still have doctors in captivity, most notably Dr. Ganiat, who was abducted 8 months ago in Kaduna State. Hence, we urge the government to double its efforts in this regard. Thank you. This is from Dr. Osha Amenga, the second Vice President of the NMA.
Of the Nigerian Police, of the Federation.
Doesn't happen again.
Student body of the NMA. They had to also go and bring the secretary, I've been a president of the Nigeria Medical Association student branch, to come and read a speech where they inserted Ribadu, the IG, the director of DSS. Abi, all scripted. The family paid 58 million naira. That's what they said. Remember when the father was pleading that they should not kill their children, they are still raising the money and all of that. So the family of the victims, right, they themselves have not had access to actually see their own children before they got hijacked by the Egbetokun team, and they set a stage to display and parade them as a trophy to honor Tifnumbu, Ribadol, as well as Egbetokun. Anyway, going forward, I said this before. I said I'm glad they're back. Man, those who didn't have that chance. You heard that mofo who said, now that they have rescued you, we hope you are not going to be. He didn't say it that way. He said, you should remember that Nigeria saved you. So please be grateful to Nigeria that you also kind of give back, which means, Nigeria is facing the Japa syndrome within the health sector. It's been a while though, right? To the point that Tifnumbu's government is doing everything to make sure that those who escape from the contraption become so useless without their medical certificates, with no verification through their BVN, Abina, NIN, whatever, through the NIMC, rather, NIMC, Abina, NIN. They shall have all these useless abbreviations for different kind of useless agencies, Abina, parastatals, to help them mess up the lives of Nigerians. Even if you escape, you are still not escaping. So that guy was telling them, nobody say, oh, I go say, okay, because of this experience, now you want Jackpa leave Nigeria out. Remember all the money that we paid, oh. Remember all the wahala, oh. Don't Jackpa, oh. I mean, I don't know if you heard that. I did. Right? And that was when I was away. Remember when this man said, yesterday we had that as part of our program. the pulpit bandit, Adeboye, that said that Nigeria's problem requires a spiritual solution. Almost everybody just went like mental. Like baba yìí lọ sí kí ló ti ń pè now, old people's home. He don't try.
Clearer to us that the problems our nation is facing is more than political. That our problem will require quite a bit of spiritual solution. We as a country are blessed. We are blessed with people with great intelligence. We are blessed with all manners of resources, and yet we have so many problems. And it's not as if the people in authority are not trying their best. They are doing as much as humanly possible. And then we find that when you have problems that are beyond humans' ability to solve, clearer to us.
Human problems beyond human ability to solve. Pastor, it is not spiritual. I was asking people yesterday, I said, Omo, I will understand that the Nigerian problem is spiritual if your criminal politicians will steal your money. You know, if somebody just loot money from your treasury, right? I just go naked. For example, let's say Sanwo-Iku. You know, see the stock say that one done mad before, Abi. Now you see, like Sanwo-Iku, suddenly just bursts inside one jeep, around Mushin. Just jump out of the car and scream, yeah, yeah, please help me. I say, what's happened? No be Sanwo-Iku be this. What's happened? Cause I get spiritual problem. I steal money, and that's why I'm dropping the money is in my car. Like, you know, see, I get spiritual problem. I say, oh, come here. Yes, oh, not the devil. Come, let's pray for you. You get spiritual problem. That is why you are this. You know what I mean? Like, I would love that. Or dubious Dapo, me go naked for Sabo in Shagamu. In tow, maybe about 4 government vehicles. They just stole money. They just shared the money. Maybe he's coming back from the Bureau de change that change it to dollars. And because it's a spiritual problem, at Sabo before they reach Iperu, in Sabo in Shagamu, before they reach Iperu, jump out of the car, scream. They say, don't be stupid. Governor, Excellency, naked himself, you know, dump all the money he just stole that on the streets and scream. They say, what's happened? Some other people say, nah, spiritual problem, my brother. You don't steal money. That spiritual problem will make them steal money. It will come make them mad. That's why a lot of people are praying against it. Adeboye didn't do that. Adeboye knew what he's talking about. It's not spiritual. And the problem is not beyond human solution. It is systemic. Remember, it is. I want to hear that again. There's a part I want to talk about soon.
Clearer to us that the problems our nation is facing is more than political. That our problem will require quite a bit of spiritual solution. We as a country are blessed. We are blessed with people with great intelligence. We are blessed with all manners of resources.
That's it. That's the point I wanted to bring out. Have you not noticed that they have lied to you all your life? That Nigerians is blessed with great people, great mind, intelligence, and all of that. Like, have you ever thought that that was actually one beautiful lie that some of you still repeat it today? Nigeria is so blessed. Nigeria is so blessed that, you see Nigerians here excelling outside. I don't lie to myself for so long that I'm going to help you today to understand some things. In Nigeria, number one, there's a bit of a justification for that to say the worst of Nigeria are the ones ruling over possibly the best of Nigeria, but that best is not that much. I'm talking about things that you will say, great minds, how they think. You know what is great? How great minds, how they think. Great minds are not selfish, greedy, bastards. You get that? Great minds think about how to build community, design society, build a system. Great minds, philosophers, that's what they did. That's what they are doing. Yeah. In Nigeria, now great mind of thieves you have. Criminals, crooked criminals who think they are smart by having the ability to cheat other people and get away with it. Great minds build things. These guys are building shit hole. But we go about, we have great mind. What exactly would you say the great mind of Nigeria, inside Nigeria, has built to change the situation in Nigeria? Let's look at technology. But there are Nigerians who are doing great. Are you mad, Dini? How come it's only when they left Nigeria they are doing great? Eh? How come those of you who are inside that place have not been able to fix electricity, to fix road networking, to build a stable healthcare system for millions of people? But rather, you are waiting for handouts. You are waiting for donors. You are waiting for this and that. They continue to make you think you are great. You have great people, great mind, intelligent people. Where is their intelligence? Like, for real, let's kind of be real. Oh, corruption. Okay. Those are your great people. You have great criminals. That's what you have in Nigeria. Those who want to have all this money, but they can't build a system, a working system. They can't. They can't build a working country. But they are great people, intelligent people, Nigerians. Nigerians are so talented because of Whiskey and Davido. What's the other one? The Burna Boy. Man, Davido, Whiskey don't sell out O2. Baba, no black person, no black artist don't sell out O2 like that. I felt proud to be a Nigerian. I've seen that many times. 48-year-old man is so happy. Whiskey, you are giving glory to Nigeria. Great mind, great people. If you go to Indigo Stadium, if you go to Kiniko, we are talking about real things that actually really change lives there. Then they go about and see Nigerians who are succeeding in America. Oh, he's a neurologist. Number one neurologist in the world is a Nigerian. Really. Yet you couldn't train number 2 in the world. It's right there inside that same healthcare system in your place. But politicians will tell you, pastors and all these guys will tell you, it's spiritual. How come we cannot use these great people to change Nigeria? That must be spiritual. It's not because of greed and selfishness. Thieves. No, it's not because of that. It must be spiritual. You cannot understand, Mayegun. Mayegun, you cannot understand. You see, this word is a true thing. That is spiritual, that is physical. Okay, go on. You see, there are some spiritual that controls the physical. You know that Freemason. You know these people, all of the Nigerians, they know all the cults group who did this word since the creation of the arts. You know, when you are researching what is your problem, like they say, there are some forces that are controlling powerful people. Let me tell you something. And they believe it. Then they believe that those powerful, they belong to cults, different cults, Mayegu. These people, they bath with human blood. I know. These people, they use juju. I remember when I was so young, by the way, when they said Abacha was so powerful that the people that were doing prayers for Abacha, now only once then they come outside in a year. I don't know if some of you heard that. The Abacha's juju men, that they brought them from Sudan, from Afghanistan, from all this nonsense, right? And they know they go just stay inside, they talk to, they know they see sky. How many of you, when they laugh, see, people are laughing. They know what I'm saying. A lot of you grew up with that fallacy. Abi? And because of that, a lot of you also believe that, you don't understand, Mayegun, this is not be ordinary, The moment people enter that old rock, they could change. How come people will enter the place, they do the same thing, they loot you, brutalize you, assault you, and then spit on you? Why you are there confused? You just believe saying some spirit they control them. Spirit way they control them to loot you. Same way, same style. From Babangida time to today. Man, I want to change. I want to change your phone. You need to deconstruct. We need to deconstruct the mind of a lot of people for you to now understand that when they give this, when this guy talks, you know, Adeboye is a spiritual person. On shake with any at what Adeboye. And social enigma, and they talk to, and they tell you, you know, when they try to straighten your head, when I go still bend down, straight your head, when I go still bend down. That's what they say. May the Mugu never kind of wake up. So Guy Man will continue to chop. Using spiritual will not make them run mad. Spiritual will not make them go and dump all their bullion van money inside the ocean. All of you will say, our leaders have gone mad, yo. Maybe that will work. There's no real investment in the people to actually say they have talent. What talent? Talent will go learn. If they ask you, what will be your talent? What will be your intelligence? Intelligence that cannot run a society. Intelligence that cannot build anything that works. Intelligence that cannot build rail system that works. The one that cannot build the electricity system that works. The one that cannot maintain and fund the healthcare system that works. The one that cannot maintain and fund education that works. The same intelligence that cannot build an economy that creates jobs for the army of unemployed youth. 40 million youth. 50 million unemployed youth. He shouted, recruit, 50 million youth. Now it's been a year and 2-3 months. Those they said they should recruit, they are still wondering when.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn, in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
And it's been a year and 3 months, I think. Right now, When are you going to share the rice? When are they going to share the money? The questions being asked by the suspected 50 million youth. Intelligence. Nigerians have intelligent people who can who can construct and run a 24 hours electricity in their country after 63, nearly 64 years of supposed independence. But come on now. Imagine if you are a parent and you have a son that is a 64 years old, useless, is failed in a marriage or relationship. It's been a kind of like, you know, what do they have a